everyone, and welcome to another free group Sunday session for performing artists. And the topic of today is gonna be very interesting for you if you are a performing artist or if you don't also. So stay tuned because today we are going to talk about romantic relationships and how to nurture a healthy attachment. And I'm doing this session because of St. Valentine's. So if you have a partner, stay tuned. If you have a partner, stay tuned because in both cases you are going to learn something very important about how to handle your relationships and how to nurture a healthy attachment. As always, I invite you to have a nice pen and a notebook to start taking notes about all the content that we are going to cover today. So this is the schedule, and as always, I'm adding timestamp on the video so it's much easier for you to navigate the content. And we are starting with who am I, because if this is the first time that you see me, you are like, okay, who is this guy? So first of all, don't compare yourself to me because every human being on the planet is having their own path, their own evolution. So comparison, remember, is the censor of your own story. So my name is Carlito Fluito and I help performing artists to improve their well-being and well-being on different areas. In the area of achieving professional stability, so you might have a studio or maybe you're a freelancer. I can help you in both cases, as well as in the mental health. So performing artists, they go and suffer through very specific psychological suffering that me as a psychologist, I can help you with that. And as an artist, you might want to grow in your career and I can help you on that 100% because I am researching and investing my time and my effort in growing on my own career and learning so much through the way. So I can definitely help you with that. And how did I arrive here? So I started many years ago, about 15 years ago, a bit more, in the world of breakdancing. And this is a lot of self-taught, self-learn. And I was doing a career on psychology. So I did a degree of psychology while I was dancing breakdancing. And once I finished, I was like, I want some real life experience. And I moved to Denmark. And in Denmark, I discovered these wonderful human beings with whom I created this group of performing artists called Archetypes Kinetics. And we were showing different performances in different places of Copenhagen. Besides, I was learning contemporary dance and also physical theater. So this was a period of a lot of artistic growth for me because I also presented a solo and I won a competition in Copenhagen for my choreography. I was so motivated of having created something, presented on a stage, and then won the competition that I kept on creating. So I created another solo, and at some point I found myself directing a whole musical with 60 kids from 8 to 18 years old. And this was a big challenge for me in terms of organization, management, different groups, different things to know about production. Wonderful story of growth and learning, especially considering that I was doing a master in positive psychology. So if you see me like I'm a happy guy, yes, I'm pretty happy and I enjoy it and I practice a lot of activities and habits to keep my levels of happiness always as happy as possibly I can. And then I was creating these holistic workshops where I was mixing what I knew about psychology and positive psychology, what I knew about movement and performing arts, and also what I knew about spirituality, because I was discovering so many techniques, so many insights from spirituality that are so powerful and so convenient. And I was so passionate about spirituality that I thought what I really want to do with my life is to learn and to research what's going on with religion, with spirituality, with the brain. So I'm going to become a real scientist. I'm going to do a PhD. I'm going to be the smartest guy in the room. But hell no that I got a position as a PhD student in Brussels. And Brussels is the capital of contemporary dance, like right now in 2022, in the 20s. And I was there seeing so many dancers having their life, up and down, they are free, they don't have so much professional stability, they go to classes, and it's a passionate life. And on the other hand, myself, everything was stable, everything was predictable. I had to take the same train, to go to the same office, to sit at the same desk, in front of the same laptop, every single day. And it was more and more difficult to be in that office locked myself down because I was spending a lot of time of procrastinating because I wasn't aligned with the thing I was doing. And then I was spending a lot of time on the evenings, and I was sacrificing my own trainings, and I was sacrificing my social relationships. So little by little, I was becoming more and more lonely, more and more trapped. At some point, I was having like anxiety of being there. I was feeling I couldn't escape, and I was feeling depressed on the train. I was dancing like crazy on the train. People were like thinking I was about to go nuts. I was going nuts. And this was so much that at some point I couldn't. I said like, no, enough is enough. I want my life. I want my creativity. I want my passion. I want my art, and I want to grow as a human being. And it wasn't happening there. So I took the decision and I became a spiritual psychologist and non-PhD spiritual psychology. And this was February of 2020. And if you are in planet Earth in 2020, on February, you know that this thing was around. And this affected all performing arts industry. So the moment that I quit my PhD position and I go towards the planet to show everything that I can do to push, to follow my artistic career, then this happens. And all my friends are telling me like they are canceling jobs, they are canceling the workshops, they are canceling the performances, they are canceling everything. But that was not gonna happen to me. I'm a very stubborn guy, and I was like, okay, this is not like this. I took my smartphone, I took my camera, and I was going to the street and I was filming these micro performances using physical theater. So I was applying the TAMOS methodology, which was created by Raining Rosas on those days. And I was creating like crazy, sending this message to the whole industry, to the whole performing arts scene, like we can still create, and this is our job, this is our responsibility. We can still give happiness and hope to all the people out there. We can still send messages and we can make it beautiful. So I was doing these micro performances, and I found it Raining Rosas, and then I created the TAMOS methodology. And I gave my jump towards the stage again, and I created this solo testosterone, 20 minutes, and then I created another version in Spanish of 1 hour. So for me, that was like, boom, I did it. I finally accomplished my artistic career here, but I wanted to do much more, because in Europe, we have a lot of facilities, a lot of help, but in Africa, it's not like this. And that's one of the reasons why I moved to Africa. I moved to Zambia, to Lusaka, because I wanted to know how is performing arts over there. And I wanted to meet local artists, and I wanted to teach workshops, and I wanted to share what I know. So I've been in Africa in 2021 sharing all this, learning, and ready to accomplish my vision of building a theater, a stage, and a cultural center for hosting people like you in Europe or in America that are interested into going to Africa and to discover a new reality and to know how is performing arts all over the planet. And if you want to know more about this, then I invite you to go to Amazon and take this book, 13 Letters Since 2013, because in here I'm telling a bit more of my story, my journey, but especially this book can be very interesting and very relevant for you, because I'm navigating 3 existential questions. Who are you and who can you become? Second, if you are able to love and sustain relationships with your friends, with your partners. And third, how to find meaning to your life. How to find what really is burning inside you. So how to give your life a meaning and make it count. So if you are struggling with any of these questions, this book is for you, and it's going to be an extraordinary journey into my life, but also into your existence. So go to Amazon and take your copy. And having said this, we move to the emotional survey, where you get to know a bit more of your own state. So I invite you to stretch a little bit and get ready to write down your elevator pitch. So you can open a comment box here on YouTube and you can write, what is your name? Where are you from? What do you dance? What is your discipline and since when? What are you passionate about? What do you have difficulties with? What do you value? So stop the video, answer this, and right now, how are you feeling? So we can use this mood meter. In the upper part, intense energy in your body, intense motion. In the lower part, if you have low energy. In the right, positive experience. In the left, negative experience. So we have happiness in yellow, we have anger or anxiety in red, we have depression or tiredness in blue, and we have calm and at easy going gratefully in green. So please write down in the comment box. And we go deeper right now into the topic of today, which is romantic relationships, and we are going to start with the story of a couple. And actually I'm going to tell my personal story, because once upon a time I was using Tinder, and then I met this beautiful girl, and we started to chat, we like each other, we met, and during our conversation things were going good, and we ended up kissing. Then we separated, and at the beginning I was waiting for the messages, but the messages weren't arriving. So I was texting and sending her messages. What happened? I got frustrated, she got frustrated. The next time that we actually met, it was both frustration from both sides, so we decided that it was better to split. Why am I telling this story? Because I have been in both sides, in the side of the person sending the message and in the side of the person that was receiving the messages and didn't want to answer. So as we are going to see later on the theory, that is very dependent on the type of attachment that you have, and we are going to know more in the next sessions, in the next section. So we now move to playing camp. We are gonna play a very nice game about needs and limits. Okay, so take the notebook and the pen and write down the name of 3 of your friends. You can stop the video if you need, and then make a list of all their needs for the week. And this can be basic needs like food, air, water, shower, sleep, but this can be more elaborate, like needs to rehearse, or needs to go to work, or needs to study for the exams. And this can be even more, like it needs to watch, to have free time, like watch a movie, something. Needs love, quite basic. And now imagine yourself having to do all these needs for the other person, like helping them and feeding them and finding the, studying for them, without listening to your own needs. So how long it would take before you totally crash? And this is what happens in so many relationships. In so many relationships, one of the person is like investing so much time, so much energy into the other person's needs without attending to their own needs and without respecting their own limits. And what happens is like one gets totally burned out and then wants to quit the relationship, wants to quit everything and just lying down on the sofa, because that's the best thing you can do to recover. So we are going to learn how to respect our own needs today, but first we are going to do a meditation to really feel love, and this is called meta moment. So a meta moment is a moment that you feel the love again, you connect with the love, and you breathe into the love. This is especially powerful and effective if you are in a state of fear or if you are in a state of anxiety. You can look around and send some love to those people. So we are going to work to learn how to go from self-love to love the whole planet. Roll your shoulders, relax your neck, straight your back, breathe in deeply. With the breath out, let your eyes close. Continue breathing deeply, relaxing your body with the breath out. Another deep breath, relaxing your mind with the breath out. Another deep breath, focusing on yourself, on your being, and on the heart area. And now I'm going to ask you to visualize, to sense, to feel the presence of a person that makes you feel sensations of love. You can think about a friend, family member, romantic partner, or even a pet, and feel this love inside you, in the heart area, in the area of your chest. Breathe into that love. Feel it. And breathe in again. And with the breath out, expand this love all throughout your body, through the chest, the shoulders, the arms, the legs, until your feet, your head. And now this love is all over your body. I'm breathing deeply. And when the breath out, expand this love beyond your body as if it's a ball and a sphere of love. And you can set up a color. It can be white, green, blue, pink. Choose one color and be inside this ball of love. Breathing in deeply. When you breathe out, expand this ball beyond your body, beyond yourself, to all the room where you are. And sense how all the things in your room, all the beings, all the plants, all the pets, all the humans in the room, they are receiving this love. And then breathe in again. With the breath out, expand this ball of love to encompass and to surround the whole house where you are. And feel how all this love is reaching on everything, every living being in the house. And breathing in and expand it even further to reach the whole building where you are. Everyone in the building, your neighbors, the pets of your neighbors, the plants of your neighbors, the things of your neighbors, they are all surrounded by your love. And breathing in deeply, breathing out, expand it even further to your whole neighborhood and all the people that you cross on the street, when you go to the shops of your neighborhood. Everyone, every tree, every pet is receiving your love all around your neighborhood. And breathe in again, and with the breath out, expand this love even further to your whole city. So every person you interact with in a given day, you go to work or to study or to dance, all of them are receiving your love right now. Every tree that you cross, every plant, every pet. Feel how this love goes to all of them. And breathing in deeply. And breathing out, expand this love to all your country. The country that you are in. You have friends living in other cities, or your family members. All of them are receiving this love in this country right now. All the pets, all the plants. Feel this love surrounding all these beings. And breathing in deeply. Breathing out, you can see it, like if you are looking in a map, all the continent now. The whole continent is full of your love. And every living thing in the continent is receiving your love. And breathing deeply. And when you breathe out, visualize the planet Earth and expand this ball to surround the whole planet. So your love is arriving to everyone in the planet. Every living thing, every plant, planet Earth is receiving your love right now. And you can send a blessing. May you be free of suffering. May you be happy. May you feel at ease and have a wonderful, peaceful, joyful experience in your life. breathing through your nose, connecting again with yourself, connecting with this love, connecting with your body, connecting with the place where you're seated. And take another deep breath. And with the breath out, you can let your eyes open slowly. Welcome back, and I hope this meditation was as powerful as it's for me whenever I practice it, which is more or less every day. I do this in the morning or in the evening. I just feel love for the whole planet, because this is healing and this helps you so much in your romantic relationships. If you want to go deeper into meditation and into love, you have these two. They are one of my favorite meditations for me, but YouTube is plenty of meditation. So go and explore and find your favorite one. And remember that you can always come back to this video and listen to the meditation whenever you need to connect again, to have this meta moment and to feel your love, how it expands. And now we go to the theory. And in the theory, we are going to learn the attachment styles. You might have heard of this theory, maybe you know it. In psychology, it's a pretty classic theory. So what is said by this theory is like the way we relate when we were babies to our caregivers, to our parents in many occasions. This is how we are behaving with other relationships in the future. So in the case that you were a secure kid, it means like whenever you cried, your parents were there, ready for you, ready to help you. And this has made you have trust on people and have confidence of people, and then you know that they will be there for you. So you're a confident person, you reciprocate this love, it's easy for you, and you're not reactive. When people tell you things, you receive them, but you don't attack back, and you are resilient, you go through hard times. Now, if you are an anxious and preoccupied person, this means like when you were a little baby and you were crying, at some point, the figure of attachment, the parents were there, but then when they wanted to leave, you were clinging to them because you live with the fear of leaving yourself abandoned totally. So obviously there is a big wound there for all those people that are anxious and preoccupied, like is the case of the story. You know, the person that is always texting the other like, how are you, what are you doing, are you coming back? So they have this emotional hunger, they crave people, and they have this fantasy bond, so they imagine the best, and then this is the person my have for all my life, and they are living this turbulent life of emotions, and sometimes they are tiring for the other person because it's like they have this huge emotional hunger, right? And then the dismissive or the avoidant is the person that is not answering the message because they are getting into their own intimacy. So in many occasions they fall into isolation or ambiguity, and then they are emotionally distant. And this is because when they were little, they were expressing their emotional need, and then the parent came back to take care of the kid, but then they felt like they had betrayed them. So the kid was angry, you know, like what they learn, these kids, is like, if I express my emotion, nobody's gonna be here to take care of me. So why should I express my emotions? Why should I bond with people if they are not there to fulfill my emotional needs? And this is something that we carry from life. And finally, the fearful avoidant. This is a complicated one, and I was there at some point, you know, like sometimes you are anxious, sometimes you are avoidant, and there is this whole internal conflict about needing people at the same time that you want to be independent. And there is always this drama going on in many occasions, and it's pretty unpredictable. In many occasions, this attachment pattern appears when the kid was mistreated when they were kids. It's not that I was, but it happens that, you know, the kid learns that the figure that is giving them love is also giving them something painful. So they don't know how to really navigate relationships. And actually, in the book, in 13 Letters since 2013, I have one chapter especially dedicated to this called the dependent independence, you know, like how we are dependent on people at the same time that we try to gain our own dependence. So in the dependent, it will be the anxious. In the independent, will be the dismissive, the avoidant. So how to navigate these two to reach the security. And many psychologists believe this cannot change. But let me tell you, that's not true, because I was fearful avoidant. I was avoidant. At some point I was anxious, But nowadays, I consider myself a pretty secure person with a healthy attachment. So how to do this? With a lot of consciousness, a lot of understanding of your own emotions, of your own behaviors, and how do you react in a relationship, and what are you doing in a relationship, and with a conscious effort to change it. So it's possible. And we move to this, which is extremely important, especially speaking about romantic relationships, the toxic relationships. Okay, so this book is magnificent. It's about psychopathy or psychopath free, like how to recover from these toxic people. In my personal case, I was going through a relationship with a borderline personality, and then another with a psychopath, like a pure psychopath. It wasn't an aggressively physically psychopath, not like these people in the movies that they kill others. This was pure emotional abuse, and this was a lot of manipulation and a lot of blackmailing. It was painful. It was very painful, but so much growth at the same time. And how this works, in case that you might have been in one, no? At the beginning, this is the perfect partner for you. So whatever you do, the person is gonna be there, is gonna care for you, is gonna love the things you do. So for example, in my case, it's like, if I like theater, this person is gonna buy tickets for me to go to the theater. And we'll go together, and then we will go for dinner, and it will be like perfect evening, right? This is the beginning, because this is the mirroring part. In the second part of the relationship, then the person start diminishing your self-esteem. So if I propose to go to the theater, then the other person is gonna be like, again, this is too boring. Why do you always want to go to the theater? You cannot change. You cannot try new things. So it's gonna be so conflictive for one. For me, like, okay, the things that you like and you bought these tickets to go to the theater with me, now you are telling me that I'm boring because I want to go to the theater. Like, it makes no sense. So if you find yourself in one situation like this, I recommend you to go and research about toxic people, because the last part of the relationship is gonna be this situation called grand finale, where the person actually prepares and stages an event for you to inflict the most amount of pain on you. And this can happen in many levels. In my level was not so much, luckily. Like, the person was just laughing at me and telling like, okay, I really wanted to do this. Like, to laugh at me and to reveal her true identity. But in many occasions, this can be very painful. Like in case of, if you have any type of wealth or a house, and then they split, they might take over your own belongings, or they might take over your kids. And sometimes on the TV appears that, the father kidnaps the kids or something like this, just to make suffering to the mother. So this can go really beyond. So please, research a little bit, and if you feel like it's not working, something like this might going on. And especially, to avoid and to fight this type of toxic relationships, you need to install a new mindset in your mind. And this is the win-win mindset. A romantic relationship is a win-win relationship. Both partners have to win. If one of the partners is not winning, then this relationship, then you need to work on it. You need to find out new negotiations or new solutions, and you need honesty. Because honesty, that's the difference with psychopaths. The toxic people, they are compulsive liars. In a healthy relationship, with honesty, you both commit to build a win-win relationship and to have the best for both of you. So obviously you need to negotiate, and you need to, okay, you don't like when I arrive home and then I just put the TV with all the volume. Okay, I will try not to do it, or I can do it at this and this time when you are not doing other things. So you negotiate this type of stuff. But you do both with honesty, and you do both the negotiation with the intention of making your life of both of you better. And this happens when you have a secure attachment, when you are in touch with your own emotional wounds, and when you are able to go and heal your traumas with the other person. This is fundamental. It's a lifelong work. You can find couples that are very old that they haven't worked on themselves, so they haven't worked on their relationship. But if you are young, you have a wonderful opportunity and a wonderful awareness now of how to work on this more consciously. And I'm going to suggest different practices and different exercises to live in a more conscious way and to build the type of relationships that you want in your future. First of all, self-love. This is fundamental. You know the story of in an airplane, when the cabin goes depressurized, there is no oxygen. You need to put your mask first, and then you have to help other people to put the mask. If you don't put yours, in the case of the parent, then he's gonna pass out, and then the kid is gonna pass out as well. And in life happens the same. You need to protect yourself, you need to love yourself, and the more protected you are, the more you feel good with yourself, the more abundance and things you have, the more you can give, the more love you can give around. Imagine yourself when you are in this super joyful state, you are helping other people, you are making them laugh. When you are sad, you cannot help others because you need help. So work on your self-love. This is fundamental. And how to do this? The first thing that we are going to do is have a date with yourself. So right now, take the pen, take the notebook, and write down what are you going to do this week that is a date for yourself. So something that you really, really, really like. Okay? And this can be small or big. This can be having a nice ice cream at the park, or this can be big, like going to a spa and having a massage, or going in a trip. This can be on the size that you want, but commit to love yourself at least this week, okay? And hopefully every week, every day of your life, loving yourself and becoming familiar of having these dates with yourself and loving yourself, because from here you can love others and you can receive love from others. And now we go to this, like, who do you want to invite? Not to this date, but to another date, okay? And this is very important into finding clarity on the type of person that you want to be with. So the person has to have some things that you like and some things that if they don't have it, then you don't. For this, I truly recommend you to go to MBTI, to 16 personality test, and do the test, because you're going to learn so much about yourself, and also you might learn about other people around you. So if you have a friend that you enjoy a lot spending time with, think about, is this person extroverted or introverted? Is this person thinking always about the future and the things they are going to do, or is thinking about the day-to-day activities? Is more of a thinking person or is more of a feeling person? And is more of an action taker or more of a planner? And read and research, because you are going to discover and learn many things about why you get more familiar and more easygoing with other people than others. And in this way, you can find your nice, perfect relationship in a very nice way, because you are going to have clarity on which type of person do I want in my life. And this is important as knowing the deal breakers. What are the things that you are not going to deal with? It's very simple. If you are a very healthy person, conscious of the diet, going to work out, to stretch, to meditate, and then you find someone that is smoking all the time, this might be not your best couple, because you are in different levels of awareness or consciousness. And that might be a deal breaker for you. Or maybe if you are a vegan person or vegetarian, and then you meet someone that is always eating meat and eating this bad fast food, maybe that's a deal breaker, because you simply don't match. And you can work on your issues and negotiate and try to work with the other person, but it's a total choice of you to find out what are the things that you prefer not to deal with, because it's going to take a lot of your energy, and maybe that's basically it. So make a list, the things that you want and you look for in a person, and the things that are deal breakers that you don't want to deal with. And arriving to the end, the weekly challenge in consolidation for this week, date with yourself and find out in your partner, in the current partner or future partner, your do's and don'ts, the things that you want the person to be or to do, to have, and the things that you don't want the person to have. If it's they have their addictions or the problems, you prefer not to deal with that. And now in Raining Rosas, what are we doing? We are helping people like you, and we are offering different type of services. First of all, you have the website rainingrosas.com, and you can discover that the free Sunday sessions are going on, and this is already the 8th, I think, of the year, and we are going to do one every Sunday of the year. And this is totally free. This is for you and for all your friends. Also, we have online courses. So the TAMOS methodology is for fast creation. It makes so easy to create a performance. So if it takes more than 2-3 months in creating a performance, then you need the TAMOS methodology, because the process is going to be so much smooth. As well as the talks of mental health for different studios. So if you are in a studio, maybe you are the studio manager, we are helping into management, organization, and also we offer to the students this mental health talk to increase the awareness, because dancers and performers, they are going through very specific type of psychological suffering that we can help with. And finally, you can schedule a single session with me, a private session, and we can go deeper and I can find out how best I can help you. We know that you are taking care of your body, but as a performing artist, are you taking care of your professional stability or your mental health or your artistic growth? So I'm here to help you in these three aspects of life and your career. So concerning professional stability, we have programs, mental health, like these sessions of today. And if you want to grow in your career, you can always contact. And especially, this is an offer, so you might not find it when you see the video, but at the moment, we are offering 4 sessions per month for just 30 euros. And this is amazing because you cannot receive this type of help anywhere in the planet. So you and another 4 artists, we are going to create these support groups where the group is going to support you, you are going to support the group, and I'm going to be there to help you and the rest. So if you are in Europe, North America, or Australia, in this level for wealthy countries, is only 30 euros per month. And if you are in Latin America, it's going to be 15. If you are in Africa or Asia, in developing countries, only 5. Because I want to be accessible and I want to give this service and this offer to everyone in the planet. For the next session, we are going to focus on how to tell your story. This is a fundamental skill, especially if you are in performing arts, to learn how to tell your story. And we are going to learn this process of continuous reincarnation. And finally, for your turn, which friend do you want to invite to the next session? This is fundamental and you are welcome to come to the next session, but also which friends do you know they are struggling with romantic relationships? So if you have seen this video till now, you know the value that is here and how to share this video with them because you are going to help them so much into their emotional romantic life. So please do so, share the video with them because you're going to help them a lot. If you have any question, I'm very available. I mean, here in the comment box or also on social media, you can reach out, Raining Rosas, and I will answer. And if you give us feedback, this is going to be amazing for me because I love to receive feedback and I love to know what are the topics that you need the most. So how do you feel after the session? What do you like the most? What is valuable for you? And what topics do you want to cover in the next session? And here there is a brief recap of the things that we have covered today. We have tell a story about a person that was anxious and another avoidant. We have played this game of satisfying other people's needs without attending us. We have reconnected with this meta moment. We have learned about the theory of attachment, also toxic relationships, and we are practice our self-love. So thank you very much. This was Carlito Fluito for Raining Rosas, and you can contact at the email or also on Instagram. Thank you very much for your time, and I cannot wait to see you in the next session. Bye.